Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and give my review over Married to Medicine. This is season 8, episode 13. All right, so Toya starts off. You know how they go through each person, what they're doing. Toya's taking a photo shoot. Let's see, baby. Toya got the best life on the show. Ain't got to work. Girl, all she do is get drunk. Girl, she don't help the kids with their schoolwork. Then she get frustrated. Girl, all she gotta do is put Popeye's chicken on a styrofoam plate. And girl, then she play dress up and take pictures. Was this for a magazine? Cause I remember seeing some pictures floating around the internet. Cause Toya, not that it matters, but Toya has lost a lot of weight, especially when we compare her to last season. So I didn't know if these were some, pick me up, just a photo shoot to make her feel better. I don't know. Or if they were for a magazine. Anyway, so Cecil has the guys over, Dr. Scott and Dr. Eugene. Does Cecil have a job? All right. So Scott basically has a picture of someone that could be a future employee in his phone. From what I'm assuming, I could barely see the girl. She's an attractive woman, so he doesn't think that Contessa will allow her to work at the job. Now, maybe if Contessa had, did the interviewing process, she probably would have said yeah. But because I think Scott did it, or I don't know if Scott did it, or she went through like a temp agency or an employment agency. I'm not exactly sure. But he said it's probably a no. Did y'all hear when he said, "Look at that glow"? Scott, she definitely does not need to be working. She definitely doesn't need to be your employee. Scott says that he's not taking orders from Contessa. And later on in the episode, when Contessa was talking to her life coach, I kind of felt like what's going on with that situation is Scott, because Contessa can be a very she can be aggressive, right? That's not necessarily like a bad thing, but she can be aggressive. So I think that he thinks because she was, I guess, in charge. What part of the what was she in the Navy? I can't remember. I'll just say Navy, but because she was in charge when she was in I think it was the Air Force. I want to say Air Force, but I think she was probably in charge in the Air Force, and he probably thinks that because she had this, because she was in charge then, that when she tells him something now, it's her giving him orders and not her basically trying to get him to understand where she's coming from. Like, you should go to therapy, right? I'm just giving an example. Like, Contessa may say, you should go to therapy, but he doesn't take that as though something that would benefit his relationship, his family. It's, oh, you trying to tell me what to do, so I'm not gonna do it because you're not in charge of me. That's where I think Scott is coming from. Like, I'll do it if I want to do it, or let it be my idea. But because you're telling me to do it, I'm not gonna do it because you think you're running this and you ain't running nothing over here. That's why I think Scott is coming from. Scott basically says that he's set in his ways. I get it. When people get a certain age, we do, and this is probably going to be for everyone. You start to get set in your ways, but I also think that with Scott, I think that he knows that some of his ways are effed up, and instead of him trying to take the necessary steps in order to change, in order to be better for his family, for his wife, and even just be a better version of himself, he would rather just say, "Oh, well, this is how we're programmed," or "Oh, well, I'm at a certain age." Like, in my opinion, I think that Scott knows what he's doing is effed up. He just kind of is. He knows that he has a crutch, and that crutch is to say, "Well, I'm a man," or "This is how we're programmed." Anila goes to see her house. I mean, I'll say this much. I can almost probably bet that once the house is finished, the house is going to be bad. But right now it's still being built. Her nanny tells her that her daughter came to her and said that she wished that she had white skin or light skin and white skin and blue eyes. Whew. So Dr. Jackie and Simone are at lunch. Simone wants to have a town hall for the local figures to try to basically get out the message to get out and vote. She lets us know that Lisa Nicole with her scheming and scamming. Now I can talk like I want to talk, girl. She lets us know that Lisa Nicole with her scheming and scamming ass girl basically took the idea, and Simone has pretty much become Lisa's assistant. At this point, it's pretty much Lisa Nicole's idea, and girl, y'all better get in where y'all can fit in. So Heavenly and her son go out to see the house that they're gonna turn into an Airbnb. Girl, let me tell y'all something. I'm not trying to be messy, but let me just say, everybody out there, something. Y'all gonna stop asking y'all children or especially y'all sons, what type of woman that they're interested in. Okay? Because as far as you know, girl, you should have probably been asking him what type of man he interested in. Or girl, if you're not ready for the real answer, just say, girl, what type of person are you looking for? And that's for Heavenly, and that's for everybody else. Y'all always assuming that y'all daughters want a man and they want a woman, right? Or y'all always assuming, girl, your son want a woman, and girl, he looking at little Kevin. You want a woman like your mama? Now he might want a man like his daddy. Girl, let me shut up. But I did like the fact that Zachary gave Heavenly her dues, as, her flowers for being a mother. I've always said that, I love the fact that Heavenly hypes up Dr. Daddy Damon. Girl, here I go. I love the fact that Dr. Heavenly hypes up Dr. Damon, because I do believe that besides, Dr. Damon's sexist ways, I do think that he is a good guy. Like, I think out of him and Cecil, even though Cecil ain't got no job, and Dr. Eugene, I think they're probably the best men on the show, or some of the best men, period, on reality TV. But I like the fact that even though Heavenly always, makes it seem as though her kids turned out the way that they turned out because of Damon, I'm glad to see that one of her kids is letting her know, on television, that you are a great mother. Because I think that even as ignorant as, y'all know I love me some Heavenly, baby, but as ignorant as that bitch is, I think that Heavenly is a great mother. I mean, I don't know, but I just think she is. Anyways, so Contessa meets with her life coach. I think that everybody could use some therapy. I know I need to sign up for a few sessions, right? However, I think that it's okay to have individual therapy, but I think this is what I'm trying to say. I think that in Contessa's and Scott case, I don't know how to say this. I just think it's weird. I'm not going to say it's weird. I don't think that it's going to accomplish anything, that Contessa is working on herself to make herself a better version of herself, right? But Scott is still going to be the same ignorant 50-year-old man set in his ways. Like, I don't know, like, it's almost kind of like, what's the point? Like, yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't improve yourself. Like, okay, this is what I'm trying to say. I like the fact that Contessa is working on becoming a better version for herself. But she's becoming this better version of herself. Like, do you think that her relationship or her and Scott's relationship will last? Because while Contessa is putting in the work to make sure that she becomes a better person, girl, Scott is still going to be set in his ways. I think Contessa should still continue to go to therapy, right? I think that she should still seek out help, right? To get everything under control, or whatever issues she may have, or whatever answer she's trying to, questions that she's trying to, find answers to. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I'm doing all this work, and then I come home to you, and you still the ignorant fool that that you was this morning. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I just wish Scott would go to therapy. I just wish Scott would go to therapy because it would be better for his marriage. It would be better for his family. And most importantly, it would be better for himself. It would help him become a better person so then he could be a better husband and probably even a better father. But if Contessa is the only one, where at the end of the day, she'll become a better wife, a better mother, and a better Contessa. But girl, your nigga's still the same. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, so Anila, was basically like, she growing up, it had it hard, she had her Indian side, then she had her American side. And so it was hard for her to basically fit in because her mother, who's 100% just, Indian, she really didn't understand basically. And I'm assuming that they probably felt like Anila was turning her back on their culture when she was kind of like stuck in the middle, like, I don't know what to do. Which I can understand that. And then, high school for a lot of us was kind of hard. So I can understand that. Anila, baby, you need to pull that baby out of school and put her in a school with some brown and black people, period. Because it sounds like your child, it sounds like your daughter goes to a school with a whole bunch of white people. That's what it sounded like to me. Now, I could be wrong. But I remember Toya pulling her kids out of a white school and putting them in a black school, right? Remember she said that? But I remember, and I also remember them dropping the kids off at school. So do the kids go to the same school that, well, they probably are in different grades too. I don't know, but Anila, I like the fact that she talked to her daughter. But girl, at the end of the day, girl, y'all gonna have to make some changes because that little girl walking around here talking about, she wish she was white with blue eyes. You need to put her around people that look like her. Period. Girl, I almost started crying. Girl, y'all know I be crying, girl. I almost started crying when a little girl said I'm beautiful. Girl. The town hall meeting. Lisa got a 6-course meal. She got a chef. She got a pianist. Girl, she got someone at the door handing out champagne. Lisa want to be back on the show. Lisa, you probably could have got back on the show if Darren would have participated. But Lisa, I don't know. I was just like, Lisa, you doing a lot for a meeting, girl, but whatever. Simone arrives, and Anila lets her know that she looks down. Simone lets them know that she's irritated. And then she lets Elisa know that, basically, this was supposed to be a collective effort for the group to come together and do something good. But girl, you didn't already send out the letters with your name at the bottom by yourself. Like, this is just Elisa Nicole production, right? When Dr. Simone and Jackie were having lunch, it reminded me of the old days. Jackie asked her, basically, did this remind her of what Heavenly said? Because Heavenly done told us that she don't like the way that Lisa does business. This ain't. I don't think that's the first or the second time we done heard. Oh, and Quad. Remember when she pulled that stunt and did a background check on Quad? Now that was the girl. Now that was the season, baby. Heavenly comes in. She speaks. I felt like Heavenly was already I felt like Heavenly already knew that some shit was about to go down because of the way she walked in, like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You know, then Lisa Nicole gets a measuring tape and basically tries to measure Heavenly. She starts to tell the group once they sit down at the table that she, did she say she got in contact with Oprah or she got with Oprah? She said, she mentioned Charlamagne the God, Angela Rye. Now, I think out of all three, I don't know who she talked to at Oprah office. Girl, you probably talked to an assistant of 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 an assistant that work at a different building. Then you had to go through 5 other assistants and then through their assistants through that girl. Like, you probably was talking to like, girl, before you even got to Oprah, before you even get to Oprah, girl, you was a girl on the 99th person before. Girl, Girl, I don't think that you was nowhere near in touch with Oprah Winfrey. I'm sorry. She pulls out a Chanel bag. Heavenly leaves. Contessa and Simone go and get Heavenly. Basically, girl, come back and finish this scene. Girl, you gonna let her run you off? Toya says that Jackie, now this is where it starts to kind of get good. Toya tells Jackie that she lets Heavenly degrade everyone. Can I say something? I think that I'm sick of people thinking that like Candy can control Kenya, or Candy, you don't ever say nothing to Kenya, or Dr. Jackie, you don't ever say nothing to Heavenly, or you let Heavenly do this. While Dr. Jackie, I guess, is the one that holds the group together. Dr. Jackie ain't nobody motherfucking mama. Like, who do y'all think that Jackie is? What Jackie gonna do to Heavenly? Now, yes, Jackie can probably pull Heavenly in a little bit. Like, girl, I might be going off, and girl, my sister could be like, okay, girl, come here. Sister, come here. Sister, girl, you doing too much. Okay, girl. Girl, we need to go then, because I'm about to cuss that motherfucker out, right? So, yes, you have your friends that can pull you in. I'm like, okay, sister girl, you doing too much, sister girl. You need to calm down, sister. But at the end of the day, girl, the truth of the matter is, if I'm gonna cut up and act the fool, I might tell my friend, girl, shut the fuck up and stay out of this. I got this. Girl, we can talk about this later. Right? You get what I'm saying? So, it's like, I don't know about this whole Jackie letting Heavenly do anything, because Heavenly is a grown-ass woman. And then it's like, Toya, like, I get it. Jackie pulls her to the restroom. They have a conversation. Jackie really don't like you like that anyways, Toya. But Jackie knows that Jackie not gonna look like just a bona fide bitch on TV. So if Jackie needs to pull you into the restroom and have a conversation and kiss you on the cheek and give you a hug and let you know that it's gonna be okay, girl, that's what she gonna do. Girl, do y'all really think that Jackie give a fuck about Toya? No. But I can understand Toya's frustrations, because when you are in this type, okay, let me just say this. When you are a part of a group of women like this, and the majority of them are doctors, right? And then even the ones that are not doctors, they have other things going on. Excuse me. I don't want this to sound fucked up or nothing. There's a good chance that these other women, they probably just gonna look at you like Heavenly really looks at Toya like a lazy bitch, right? So I don't think they really have, and it's nothing about being an at-home mom, but I think that maybe if Toya hung out with other stay-at-home moms, then she wouldn't have this problem. But because she's hanging around a group of women that I think majority of them are doctors. It's kind of like, bitch, what you doing here, girl? Don't nobody give a fuck. You don't do shit but sit at the house and get drunk all day, you know? And then, but I get what Toya is saying about, you know, when you got people calling you dumb and stupid or, you know, you're not intelligent, I can get how that can hurt your feelings. But at the end of the day, Toya, let's just be honest, girl. Bitch, you beefing with Heavenly, you beefing with Quad, you beefing with Jackie, you beefing with Contessa. Girl, you beefing with pretty much the whole group. Baby, it's not the group. Sweetie, it's you. Okay? Oh, she said she's tired of Heavenly basically making it seem as though Eugene doesn't do anything. I don't think that Heavenly makes it seem as though Eugene doesn't do anything. I think that I think Heavenly makes it her mission to let us know that Eugene does the best that he can, but Toya pushes him to the point where, girl, you overworking your man because you trying to live a lifestyle that you know that you can't afford. But instead of you trying to live within your income level, girl, you pushing your man to do more than what he probably can do. That's what I think Heavenly is coming from. All right, y'all, that's it for the review. Girl, I wanted to go ahead and do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but girl, it's what time? Girl, it's 4:50 in the morning. I'm getting sleepy, and I just want to go get in my bed and go to sleep, baby. I done already washed my ass, so it's time to go. Girl, bye, y'all.